Hey everyone, this is my inaugural video blog posting. Kind of just get into who I am, why I'm doing this. Who am I? I'm just a guy trying to make some ideas work and hopefully make some money. How long have I been trying the entrepreneurial track? I've been loosely trying it for the past several years, but within the last 6 months I'm giving it my all. Where am I located? I am located in the southern United States. And why am I doing this? To give others the idea of what it's like to be an entrepreneur from a bootstrapping standpoint. There's no fluff, there's no BS, there's no buzzwords involved. Kind of just what it's really like. And I don't want to concentrate on myself. I kind of just want to concentrate on the specifics of what it takes and focus on the process. Personal details are really unnecessary, so I'm just going to kind of skip over that. What am I doing? Well, I'm working on 4 projects currently. Only one of them scales, but that's okay. And here's the shocker. Is everybody ready? Everybody ready? None of them are apps or software. I know. Crazy? But yes, people do try to create businesses that are not related to software. For one of the projects, I'm a co-founder-ish on. I use that term loosely. It's more or less just kind of helping someone out and see if they can get their idea to work. So what I'd like to focus this week on is kind of validating your ideas and ways to gain traction. The first way I'd like to focus on is a company called LaunchRock. It's actually launchrock.co. What they do is they give you the ability to create a landing page for really inexpensive, really cheap, as in free, no cost at all. As opposed to going through and creating a website and setting up the infrastructure and credit cards and all that fun stuff that takes time, you're able to use either your domain or one of their subdomains and create this landing page in about 20 minutes. Super simple, really easy. I actually switched 2 of my domains to their service yesterday. I really like it. I think other entrepreneurs, whether they're creating a software application or a physical product or even a service, can use LaunchRock to try to validate that idea. I think it's a great service. I really do, and I recommend everyone uses it. Now, as far as gaining traction, I'd like to discuss something that I'm currently doing, seeing if it works. What I've been focusing on is basically PR for one of the ideas. I'm not spending a ton of money on sending out press releases across the nation or anything like that. I'm using the free services. What I suggest is look around your local area and see if there's somebody who sends out press releases for really cheap or nothing at all, just to see if the idea gets picked up. You never know. It can't hurt. Don't spend a bunch of money. There's no reason to. You're just in the validation process. Don't do that. There's no reason to. You can get ad copy. You can get copy made really cheap. It's not expensive. $100. Not really that much. Another little tip you can do is on Twitter. I'm kind of partial to Twitter. I like it. It's fast. It's easy. It's really convenient. Take the trending hashtags for the day. Right? Now, regardless if you're offering a product or service, what you can do, this is not saying that the traffic that will be generated will be highly targeted for your product or service, but it's a way to get your name out there, and those individuals have multiple interests. They may like what they see. They may not. It's free. Give it a shot. Take a trending hashtag and find an article or video, whatever content, and try to relate it to what you're offering. Now, that tweet will get picked up by that trending hashtag. So you can gain traction that way as well. And it's cheap. Once again, free. Can't go wrong. What you also can do is you can have giveaways. Giveaways are really great, really easy. How a giveaway works is that you have a product or service and you are offering it for free. Now, you use another third-party provider to offer the giveaway. So what they're going to do is say, hey, if you spread this service, now what you can spread is via likes or a tweet or share a video or whatever you want them to do. You can have them spread it virally that way, quasi-virally, I should say. And for every entry, for every like or tweet or whatever you choose, they're entered into the giveaway. Not a bad way to spread it. Really cheap, really inexpensive, because what's it really costing you? It's costing you whatever you're giving away, whether it's blue widgets or red widgets, who cares? Whatever, it's up to you. It's cheap. You can't beat that. Another way to do it is through explainer videos. Now, I happen to like explainer videos. They're really simple, really easy. You can get them made for cheap, and I'll explain where in a minute. As opposed to trying to explain to an individual or individuals your new product or service that may not be familiar with it at all, you can have the video made and it explains everything. Why sit around talking to a bunch of people all day long trying to explain your service when you can just send them the link or have them watch the video and it'll do a better job. It's really fast, really easy, and I think they're the best. I love explainer videos. You can't go wrong. What you can do also, like I said, is you can incorporate that video into the giveaway and have them spread that video so other individuals can hear about it. And that's, once again, quasi-viral. Really easy. So, now, about the actual videos getting them made, I discovered a service last week or the week before that I was completely unaware of, and it's Fiverr.com, Fiverr.com. You can go on there and have a video made for really cheap. I'm talking a couple $100 or less that is quality. You just got to do some digging, find the people that you like, find the producer, ask them the proper questions, look at some of their past made content, see if it fits your style, and if not, move on to the next one. No big deal. But anyways, it's supposed to depend on, $1,000, $2,000, whatever the case might be for an explainer video. You can get it done for a couple $100 or less. You can't beat that. Also, if you're looking to have a if you're looking to have a logo made, you can use Fiverr as well. Now, is it going to be the best quality? I don't know. You're going to have to test around and see. But you can have a logo made for less than $20. And no one's saying that you have to keep that logo forever. You can obviously change it. But if you're trying to validate the idea, you'll come across a little more professional, a little more serious. If you do have a logo? So why not just spend $20 or $5 really and get a little logo made? Great. You can't beat it. I've been using it for a couple weeks now. Completely satisfied. What else I'd like to talk about is whether to pivot or persevere. Okay. Now, some individuals who may be watching this video may not be familiar with the lean methodology, but there's a famous quote that says either pivot or persevere, and it's knowing when to continue or knowing when to move on. Now, I pivot a lot. I like to know whether or not this idea is going to validate and then just move on. There's no reason to hold on to an idea because you've spent so much time on it and you put all this work into it. If no one wants your product or service, what good is it? You're not doing yourself any benefit. You're not giving yourself any benefit by holding on. I like to think about it like being in a relationship that's come to an end, right? The relationship has come to an end. You move on. You don't live in the past. You move on. Same thing with your ideas. Don't hold on to them just because you put so much time into it. Learn from it and move on. People say, what about failure? There's nothing wrong with failing. That's how you learn. It's through failure. You only learn through failure. There's nothing wrong with it. And the people that support you, that really understand it, they're not going to say anything. They're going to be proud of you that you actually tried, that you actually gave it a go. And anyone who's scared of failure or gives you negative comments or whatever negative connotation you want to take from it, they weren't there for you in the first place because they don't understand. So they may support you in other methods, in other means, but if they come at you in a negative light because you failed at one idea, keep them at an arm's length transaction. That's the best way to handle those situations. But never be afraid to try. Always try. There's nothing wrong with it. So basically, either you learn to move on or you persevere and try to adapt that idea. Like I said, I pivot a lot. I don't like to hold on. Now, another way you can kind of create another project to generate some income. Now, bear in mind, these are all small scale. None of this really scales too well, except for one of my ideas that I'm working on, is you use other projects to create content for another project. What you have to make sure, though, is that the content you're providing for another project is relative. Make sure that people understand what you're talking about. Make sure that you're using terminology that is relevant to your audience. these are just little methods, little ways to gain some traction, ways to get your word out there. Okay. Now, also, I want to discuss maybe a book or two that I'm reading at the time. What I'm currently reading is this book. Let me move that. 80-20 Sales Marketing by Perry Marshall. Just finished it the other day. What I'd like to say is this. If you're familiar with the Pareto principle, you'll understand what 80-20 is. You already know how it works. Now, with this book, what he does is he goes farther down the funnel with 80-20 principle, and I like that. There were a few ideas that I hadn't contemplated and I hadn't thought about further segmenting your customer base, which makes sense. It's just those ideas just kind of skip over your head. You got so much going on when you're taking this path in life, this entrepreneurial path. So as far as the book, yeah, it's worth the money. Don't say necessarily need to pay full price. There are some deals out there if you look for it. Also, the other portion of the book is on marketing. It's heavy on email marketing. There are some old school tactics that they validate, but they might not validate anymore. If you read it and you're unfamiliar with what he's doing, okay, give him a shot, see if it works, and if you're, it may work for you, may not. I'm not against it. It's just if you know what you're looking at, you're kind of be like, oh, okay, I remember that from 2000X. So, but overall, not a bad book. And I want to say that no matter what I say in this video or these videos, I'm not a part of any affiliate program. It's just my personal opinions. So by all means, take it with a grain of salt, and I'm not receiving any payment for it. So anyways, thanks for watching the first video. If it's a train wreck, I apologize, but I'm just learning this as I go, and welcome to the entrepreneurial world. It's trial by fire. Please subscribe, like, tweet, follow on Tumblr, whatever social media platform you prefer. I really appreciate it. Spread the word if you like it, and hope you have a great weekend. Thanks. Bye.